everyone. Welcome to Niche Sports. And yes, I'm in mourning, I must say, before we start because Portugal lost last night. And, Akash is here again with me. It's his team today. Spain is playing, and maybe he'll get the bragging rights today. But anyway, welcome. It's Euro 2020, and we are in day three of the round three matches, of the round of 16 matches. Welcome to Niche Sports. We are going to talk about the big game, Croatia, World Cup's finalists of 2018 with Spain, the 2010 champions of the World Cup, and 2008 and 2012 champions of Euro, a team that is coming into its own. So, first and foremost, Akash, welcome. A little bit about last night before we move ahead. Netherlands versus Czech Republic, nothing that we predicted. And before everyone says anything, this is because I like the color. No other reason. I'm wearing a Swedish t-shirt and it goes well with the background as well. But anyways, Akash, coming to you, a little bit about last night, particularly considering the fact that Netherlands, obviously had a bit of a tough time and they were knocked out by a spirited Czech Republic team. And Portugal, lot of attack, but luck not going their way. Just can you sum up the two games? Akash, can you hear me?
Nishad, for some reason, I'm not able to hear you actually.
Okay.
There's no audio.
Audio. Okay.
The mic on, and so is the other thing also.
1 minute. Let me just take you off and come back in. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Audio is something that I'm not able to hear actually.
Very strange. Very strange.
Should I rejoin again?
Yes, please. Rejoin. Then we'll have a look. Meanwhile, just to give you a recap of what happened last night, Netherlands were beaten by Czech Republic, and Netherlands playing with 10 men, and it was a very surprising result. And we've got to remember that it definitely is something that wasn't expected out of Netherlands. They had obviously had to play with 10 men, and thereafter it was always difficult. They were behind in the game. Now let me see if I can get Akash on now and if he can hear me. Akash, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, it's better now. I can hear you. Sorry.
No problem. I was just asking if you could sum up what happened last night. And we've got Sumit here who's got a comment. Fun fact, almost all the goals scored against Croatia were from the right back. Sumit, we love your comment. We're going to come back to it later. But right now, Akash, sum up yesterday. Surprising result with the Czech Republic beating Netherlands and Portugal despite giving it everything, losing it, and Belgium, their golden generation, holding on.
Absolutely. What was surprising for me was the way in the Netherlands game, if you were to take into account the tactics that they employed in the second half, and with the substitutions the manager made in the game, it was a bit surprising for me to see the Dutch playing the way they did in the game against their opponents. So the red card was a bit unfortunate. Again, if it was an experienced defender, I think he would have led the player through, and then perhaps they could have scored as well. But again, losing a man at that stage in the game is again detrimental. Perhaps lack of experience resulted in that, and then just the game just went away from the Dutch, and then the Czechs were able to capitalize on it. As far as the other game is concerned, Portugal versus the opponents, I think Portugal against Belgium. Belgium were the clear favorites, of course, but Portugal had a game plan in their mind. They were almost able to execute it to perfection. I felt at some point the finishing is lacking. I think Diogo Jota had a very good chance in the first half, which he should have scored. I think could have given Portugal the lead there. But again,
100% he should have scored at that time.
Exactly. So Belgium, I think they took their chances, and then Thomas Meunier has been consistent on the right flank for Belgium in this tournament, and he provided the assist for Torgan Hazard to score an absolute curler of a goal, one of the, I think, contenders of goal of the tournament. Some of the fans and social media, people were surprised that it wasn't Eden Hazard, it was Thorgan Hazard who had scored the goal, because he's quite similar, cutting in from the left and then scoring from his right foot. So Belgium clearly going through, well deserved winners of the game. But again, the Dutch, again, I did not expect them to lose the game in the fashion that they did.
Absolutely, Akash. And but today we go to Croatia versus Spain. Finally, you're getting to wear the Spanish jersey, and
Finally,
Croatia,
yes.
not the Croatia of 2018, isn't it? Can you throw light on that, and also what Spain have to do to actually get a major win now? That for some time we've not seen them play to the level that we expect them to.
Right. I mean, that's what Croatia's coach Zlatko Dalic has said. He says that his side must stand up to Spain when they face each other in the last 16 of the European Championships. World Cup runners-up Croatia, of course, they're looking to reach the quarterfinals for the third time. So they lost to Italy, I think, at this stage in 2016, while Croatia were defeated by eventual champions Portugal. So it definitely looks like Croatia are on the downward spiral a little, because I don't see any young players coming through their ranks who can replace the likes of Modric and other veterans in the team like Perisic and Tomagai Vida as well. So Perisic has tested for positive for the coronavirus, so he's not playing today's game. That is a big loss for the Croatians. It's a big attacking threat as well. So they definitely have to perform at a higher level against the Spanish team who are quite quick. They've got some very quick players, young players coming up through the ranks of different academies across Europe. And they've got a very good manager in Luis Enrique, who's shown faith in Alvaro Morata, who's been struggling in front of goal. But overall, again, as we've seen in the tournament, teams tend to slow down a little in the first half of the games, and then when the games open up in the second half, that is where the goals start coming in. So I'm hoping in this one also you would see more goals in the second half compared to the first half.
Now you were talking about Spain and the strength that they have as well. So Croatia, although they've got aging players, they still have the class. Now, what do they need to do to say get the better of Spain?
They need to use their experience. They've got lots of experience under the belt. Players like Modric, Kovacic, Perisic, of course, is not there. They've got Domagoj Vida in goal. They've got a very experienced manager. So they have got to control the game. They have got to take the game to Spain and not allow them possession of the ball. Spain will try to keep possession, as we've seen in the tournament, but that is where Croatia will have to try and nick the ball of the Spaniards to not allow them to progress the ball during the course of the game. So I think that is where they will have to work really hard. They have to gain possession of the ball as much as they can and try and create chances for the forwards to score.
Right. So, but then if you have to call it, I'm guessing you're going to go the Spanish way. What would be the margin? And I'm holding you to it because last night, we got the first game wrong.
Yes, the last game against the. I mean, I was not hoping the Netherlands to lose, but it's a funny game. Anything can happen. But this will be a tough game for Spain and Croatia both. But it's going to be a tight margin as well. I think Spain will go through 2-1.
Spain 2-1. Okay, now very briefly, we'll touch upon France versus Switzerland. Your call. France definitely a few issues, but a class side, and I think they may be a little too heavy on Switzerland.
Absolutely. However, I also would like to make a pertinent point here. They were caught sleeping in the last two games that they've played, and they cannot afford to take the Swiss lightly, because the Swiss have got their own share of attacking players who have been performing decently in this tournament. So, although they are a world-class side, they've got some very able replacements for each of the injured players as well. So I am hoping the last game served as a wake-up call for the French, and then this game they will be using their World Cup experience, winning experience from the last tournament, and
Right.
this looks like an easy victory for France as well. Should be an easy victory.
Perfect. But now we have got these two games. Tomorrow we'll be back. It's an even more important one because it's the big game, England versus Germany. So it'll be amazing to talk about that. Fans have joined us today. Thank you so much. And yes, as Akash said, he's got these two predictions. Got one wrong yesterday, got the other one right. Let's hope he gets them right because I believe he's going to get them right. So this is a quick preview as always we present to you at Niche Sports. We will be back with you for a lot more. Do check out our review of Suresh Raina's book. That is our latest video on YouTube recently. Also our interview with Coach Gary Stead, the coach of the New Zealand cricket team, a review of the World Test Championship final. There's a lot more you can log into on Niche Sports. Follow us across all the platforms on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for all the updates. Thank you so much once again. And thank you, Akash. Enjoy the game. We'll be anyway chatting during the game.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Take care.